Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. We are going to be giving our raw, brutally honest thoughts about Pure Fiction, the brand new in-game mode that we are now doing. I want to highlight all of the positives about it, as well as some things that they could fix to make the mode a little bit more enjoyable. But overall, this is going to be an analysis coming from me based off of my experience, and yeah, just highlighting a lot of the intricacies and just giving my overall thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not going to give you the 5-minute intro that Gacha Smack is known for. I'll be clearing my throat a lot because I'm still getting rid of some of the yuck. But let's go ahead and start off. I got some notes here. Erudition Shine. Let's go ahead and give our flowers to our Erudition path. You know, I respect them for putting this mode in for Erudition path simply because it wasn't even necessary. I think Erudition units perform just fine as is. The problem is the community sees them as not being the best at anything, like a jack of all trades kind of class. Well, I guess Destruction Path is a jack of all trades, except it's jack of all trades and the best, right? Anyways, this mode changed that. Now Erudition has a mode where they are unequivocally the best. They're like unparalleled. They are absolutely the best units to utilize in this mode. Whereas before, they were that class where you're like, can we get a little love over here on this path? You know, kind of like Geo and Genshin Impact, but they still never got the love. All right, back to what I was saying though. Herta, Himiko, Serval, Argenti, Jing Yuan, even my girl Xing Shui, all of them. There's not a single unit in that path that is bad for this mode. But man, on a side note, y'all know I'm not a fan of Argenti's kit just because it's boring. I gotta give my brother his flowers. That pretty motherfucker there, he popping off in a triple threat manner. He's literally meta for every mode. He's meta for Swarm Disaster dynamic. He's meta for Pure Fiction. He's now meta for MOC. Dude is doing his thug thizzle, so I give him his flowers for that. But what I'm trying to say here is I do acknowledge that this mode is an overwhelmingly positive mode for the Erudition path. Herta is not just a decent option. She is literally best in slot option. Himiko is not just a decent option. She is a quote unquote meta option, right? So these units, they are performing at the highest level in this Pure Fiction mode. Serval, what the hell? Serval was definitely in the back with Amber. Like Serval was more in the back with Amber than any other unit in the game. Let's just call a spade a spade. Listen, I know you Serval fans, you don't like to hear it, but let's just keep it a buck. She was in the back, now she's in the front. That's nice. So that's the first thing I wanted to get out the way. Number 2, floors 1 through 3. Okay, so floors 1 through 3 are tedious and mundane to do. I'll keep it a buck with you. The very first floor, I was already overdoing it manually, but they're much more enjoyable to watch on auto. I actually, this is one of those modes that I don't really care to get sweaty in. Just because it's tedious and mundane going through all those little, you know, waves coming in and out. I genuinely find more pleasure in just watching it on auto. Explode, come out. You know, I think this mode, I would love to see more content where auto is just popping off, where you're just 3-star in the final floors on auto. That said, the final floor was much more enjoyable to do manually than the other floors. I actually could stomach doing it manually and have some good thought and some strategy and feel the need to implement in strategy. But I still would prefer to do all of them on auto, which brings me to one of my biggest complaints about Pure Fiction. It's not even Pure Fiction. It's AI incompetence on autoplay. Like I need them, if they're gonna make this mode really enjoyable, if one of the things to make it better is to fix your freaking AI's incompetence in rotations. Okay, I don't think it's that hard to do. Case in point, my Jing Yuan, I was running a team with Team Yun and Ruan Mei. Okay, I go into battle, Team Yun ults and then uses her skill to battery up Jing Yuan. Now his ult's up. But the next person in line is Ruan Mei. Obviously, I want my Ruan Mei to pop her ult before my Jing Yuan ults, because that's a defensive shred at E1 plus an all type res pen. That is a massive damage factor. But what does the AI do? Tin Yun ult, skill to Jing Yuan ult, completely just laps, like go over Ruan Mei's ult. I'm just like, bro, what is this? And then I put Jing Yuan and Blade on the same team. Ting Yun is literally ulting Blade the entire time and ignoring my Jing Yuan, who needs to ult more. It's like things like that where I wish we had some kind of setting in the game where maybe we could like change how the rotations are, or like decide how we want them to go, and then they're set in stone that way when we go into battle every single time. But like if this mode is going to be more enjoyable for me and the longevity of things, I need the AI system to be a bit more user friendly, because the AI plays like an absolute moron. Another thing, I have 5 skill points available on my Huahua, and she's still auto attacking instead of using her skill to battery herself. Why the hell is she auto attacking when I have 5 skill points, bro? What is this? So that's a big complaint of mine. I wanted to at least touch up on that. Moving on though, number 5, 60,000 point requirement. I like it. It's very fair in conjunction with the difficulty of the mode. But the reason I like the 60,000 point requirement is because it doesn't stop there. What I really respected is on the final floor. For the sweaty gamer who does enjoy the extra challenge, they did it in such a considerate and seamless manner by saying, here's a final boss. You don't have to kill him to get 3 stars, but for that person who wants that extra challenge, let's see if you can kill the boss on top of all these units and still reach that 40,000 mark. Just for the person who still wants to do it. They took into consideration the people who are always going to complain, oh, it's too hard. Why would you do that? Well, this is the perfect solution. 30,000 mark, you hit it, you complete it, you can move on. But for the person who wants to even get even more in the mix, we have that option available. Had to give them flowers for that. That's beautiful. Me personally, again, it is not the kind of mode where I care to get that sweaty, but it's worth calling out. And I probably will end up getting sweaty anyway, because I am naturally a sweaty goddamn gamer. Moving on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, the 3 buffs to choose from. I love the idea, but I need more creativity that can represent the paths in an exclusive, beneficial manner. What do I mean by that? These buffs, they don't really separate themselves from who you can choose to put on the team. There was only one that stood out, and it was the one that says increase ultimate damage by 15%, stacking up to 20 times. That one you obviously want to put on Argenti. He has the most broken ult in the entirety of the game, and it's AoE mass wide. So like that was the one where I was like, ooh, Argenti, right? But the other ones, I wasn't like, ooh, this character, and I want that. I want a buff that goes into the pure fiction that says, I don't know, that makes it so that like hunt path characters can somehow manage to do an AoE attack. And then I get it. This is going to be on they're going to switch it up, throw in more buffs down the road. Maybe this will happen, but I want buffs that make it so you have variety in who you want to choose. I don't want this mode to just forever be the erudition mode. I do want them to be, for the most part, that unit that's always reliable, but I would like to see some buffs that can make the other paths or characters be usable and actually prevalent. Love the idea, but let's get some more creativity and ingenuity in there where units like Dr. Ratio and Topaz could somehow do some AoE. I think that would be fun. Let's move on to the next one. Love the implementation of keeping track of previous clear points, just for the sake of accolades and achievement and accomplishment. I love that. Like, they didn't have to put that little detail in there, but it's there. So now if you get 40,000 points across 3, you can go to your friend and be like, yo, I got 40,000. He's like, yeah, prove it. And then you screenshot it and it's there. I know it sounds like a small detail, but things like that matter to, again, the gamer. We love things like that where I can go and show I got 40,000 points across every single one. If that it can be implemented into MOC, it's a small detail, but just being able to see your cycle clear, it's just like you have it in pure fiction. I think that would be a nice thing too. And then the final thing is a complaint. I'm not a big fan of the 2 week, the current, what is the word I'm looking for? The current schedule. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not a fan of it. 2 weeks MOC and then 2 weeks pure fiction, simply because, like I said, pure fiction isn't exactly a mode that I'm just jumping to do. Like, oh, wow, I can't wait to do me some pure fiction. I'm not, and I get it, maybe this is a subjective take, but I'm not exactly a fan of doing this mode for the next 2 weeks. I genuinely think 2 weeks MOC, 1 week pure fiction would be a better schedule. And then you extend the time people have to do pure fiction in the next 2 week cycle of the MOC. That way you're not sitting here waiting a whole month for a new MOC cycle. Instead, you're only waiting 3 weeks, which is not as bad. And you still have the same exact time to get the pure fiction done. You have 3 weeks to get that first pure fiction done. But 2 weeks and 2 weeks, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they pretty much took our MOC dynamic where you were kind of looking forward to, because 2 weeks is a long time to do one MOC mode. It's a long damn time to do one mode. So now we gotta wait 4 weeks before we get a new mode. And I'm just like, oh God. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that, man. And honestly, that is all of my thoughts on the mode. Overall, do I like it? Honestly, I give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's a mode that definitely separates itself from MOC, but me personally, it's just not that enjoyable. At the same time, I don't know that I want to actually change it, you know? I don't know. I'm still wrapping my head around that tidbit. Overall though, I still acknowledge that the mode is enjoyable to a degree. And I like that they gave Erudition some love. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.